In this video, we will see the concept of tables in AutoCAD. We will also see the procedure to create and edit tables. In AutoCAD, if you want to make a table, you can either give the table command using the keyboard, or else you can just click on the Annotate tab. Here, you can see the table command in the table panel. Just click on the table command, so you will get an Insert Table dialog box. Here, you have a table style option. I would like to stick to the default table style of Standard. If you want, you can create a table style of your own. We will see that later. Then, under the Insert option, you will get options like Start from the empty table, or you can start from a data link, or from an object data in the drawing. I'm going to use the Start from the empty table option. Under Insertion Behavior, you will get options like Specify Insertion Point and Specify Window. I'm going to specify an insertion point. Here, you are supposed to specify various parameters like the number of columns, rows, the column width, row height, etc. Here, I would like to go for, say, 12 data rows. So I type 12 and I need 6 columns. Under the Cell Style option, in the first row of the cell can be a title. Title is what you see here, and the second row of the cell can be a header. That is what you see here in the header section. Then the third, fourth, and the rest of the rows will be made up of data cells. You can change the style. If you want to make the first row cell style to data, that can be done. But I would like to stick to the default style, so I'll click on the title. Now I'll just give OK. This is a preview of the table, and you can pick the insertion point at any desired location. I would like to pick here, and the table is inserted. Here you get a text editor tab, using which you can create and edit any desired text inside the individual cells of a table. Now I'll just click on Close Text Editor to close it, and you have inserted a table. Now when you click on the table, you will see a number of grips appearing at different locations. But you can also click inside a cell to see grips appearing at respective locations on a cell. And when you select a table, you can see that the columns are numbered alphabetically and the rows are numbered numerically. This naming convention is similar to the naming convention in a spreadsheet program. You can just click and drag on different grips to get different results. When I click on this arrow, and when you drag rightward, you can see that you are actually varying the width of a column. And when you click on this particular arrow and move downward, you are actually changing the width of a row. I'll undo this. You can just click on a particular grip over here, and you can move rightward or leftward to change the width of an individual column. And you can also change the width of an individual row by clicking inside a cell. Then you can activate this grip and you can move downward or upward. You are actually varying the width of a row. Now you can just click on this corner grip, and when you drag it, you can see that you are actually changing the width of a row as well as a column simultaneously. And here you have a grip with which you can perform a table break. In table break, you are actually breaking a table into a number of secondary tables. For example, when I click over here and drag, you will see the position of the arrows getting changed, which is an indication that you have introduced a table break. Now when you just click on this grip, you will get a message that table break is active and the break height is 165.5713, which is actually the height of this particular table. When you just move the mouse, you will see that this table is getting broken into a number of secondary tables. Now when you move it further up, you will see more number of tables created in the rightward direction. You can control various parameters related with tables and table breaks by using the Properties palette. So you just click on the table and press Ctrl 1 to get it. And here you will get table break section. When you click over here, table break is presently enabled. When you click no, it will be disabled. And the direction of secondary table formation can be controlled. Presently it is rightward. If you want, you can make it downward. And when I shorten the table, you can see that more and more secondary tables will be created in the downward direction. Here you can change the table break height, spacing between individual tables, etc. using the same palette. Now I'll move the mouse downward to get a single table. You can perform a number of row and column related activities using the ribbon. So I'll just click to activate this cell. Now if I want to delete this particular column, I can just click on the delete column button. Now that column got deleted. Similarly, I can delete one or more rows by selecting those rows first. Similarly, I can delete one or more rows by selecting those rows first. Then I can click on the delete row button. You can also insert rows and columns. If I want to insert a column, I can just first activate the cell, then I can click on insert left or insert right button in the column panel. Suppose if I want a column to be inserted rightward, click on insert right. Similarly, I can insert a row below or above a particular selected row. Suppose if I want to insert a row, just click on this row and you click on insert row below. So one row below the selected row is inserted. Similarly, you can merge one or more cells into a single cell. Suppose if I want to merge all the cells to a single cell, you can just make a selection like this. When you click on merge cells, you will get options like merge all, merge by row or merge by column. If I click on merge by row, all the columns will get deleted and you will get a single column. But if I click on merge by column option, it will retain only the column and rows will get deleted. We can also merge cells by clicking on merge all option, in which the entire cells will get replaced with a single cell. Now I'll close the properties palette and I'll undo the changes. Next, let us input some data inside the individual cells. I'll just click to activate this cell, and here you can see various editing options related with the cell. When you double click inside a cell, you can input data. I'm going to prepare a table of the database of the various employees in an office. So I'll call it as database of employees. And I'll give an enter. And the cursor jumps to the next cell. And here I'll input the serial number. So I'll give SL number. And from the cell, if I want to move on to the next cell, I can either use the arrow key or the tab key. I'm going to use tab. Now I'll input ID number. Let that be the identification number of an employee. And then again tab, I'll input name. Then again tab, I'll input designation. Then again tab, I'll input place. Then tab and I'll input salary. So these are the various fields. And now I'm going to input the values. Let the serial number be 1 for the first employee, and let the ID number be 7755. Let the name be Rahul, and again tab, the designation is manager. And let the place be Kochi. Then salary is, I'll give 50,000. It's in Indian rupees, 50,000. You can control the justification of the characters inside the table. Further, you can select a cell, and over here you can change the justification to middle center. Then the ID number cell I'll select and I change the justification to middle center. And the salary cell I'll select and change the justification to middle center. Likewise, you can change the justification of characters inside the individual cells. You can also select more than one cells at a time by dragging and selecting those cells. Then you can change the justification using the alignment option. So just click on alignment and you select middle center. Now middle center justification will be applicable for all the data in all the cells. The serial number can be generated in a serial order by clicking on the cell which contains the number 1. Then you can just click on the handle, then you can drag it downwards. You can see that the numbers will get automatically generated. This feature is an inherent feature of a spreadsheet program like MS Excel. Assuming that the ID number is also in a serial order, you can just click and drag this particular handle to generate it in a serial order. I'll enter different data in rest of the cells to complete this table. This is how a completed table will appear. Now I would like to add a row onto this table. Here in the row panel, I have an option called insert below. Just click on that. So a new row will get added. Next, I would like to merge all the cells into a single cell. So I'll select all these cells and I'll click on merge cells and merge all. So it will become a single cell. Now I'll just activate this particular cell. Now I would like to get a sum of all the salary into this cell. So what I'll do is, just as you do in a spreadsheet program, in the insert panel, you have a formula option. So click on the formula button. Here you can apply different types of formulas ranging from sum to equation. So I'll click on sum. Now it will ask you to select the first corner of the cell range. I'll click on this particular corner. Then I'll drag my mouse all the way straight down and I'll click on this corner. So it will create an equation automatically. The equation is equal to sum within brackets F3 colon F12. Means in the cell, the sum of all the numbers which are displayed from F3 to F12 will be shown. So I'll just give an enter, and when you zoom in, you can see that the sum of all the numbers in the corresponding cells are calculated and it is shown here. Now you can see a gray color here, which is an indication that this cell is an active cell. That means any changes performed on any of the cells will get instantly reflected here. Let us change, for example, the salary of this engineer from 40,000 to 42,000. So I'll just add a 2 here and give one more enter. So that change will get reflected. You can insert different types of objects in any desired cell in a table. For example, I'll just activate the cell. In this ribbon, we have an insert panel, and you can insert a block if you want. And here you can just browse and you can select any desired block. For example, if I want to insert a chair, just give open and OK. That particular chair symbol will get inserted here. And justification is given as top left. That is why you will see the chair getting inserted this way. I'll just undo this. Now I'll click to activate the cell again, and I can insert a field. Let's take, for example, a date. You can insert a date in any desired styles. Suppose if I want the date to be inserted in this particular style, just click on that style and give OK. So you will see the date getting inserted. Here you can see a gray color. It means that this value is an active value. As the date changes, it will get changed. I'll undo this as well. You can also insert certain parameters related with objects. For example, I'll draw a circle here using the center radius option. I would like to insert the circumference of the circle into the cell. So what I'll do is, I'll activate the cell and I'll go to Field, and here I have an object option. So click on the object and click on Select Objects and select the circle. Now here you will be shown almost all parameters related with that particular circle. Here I'm interested to insert the circumference. So click on Circumference and in the current units, and this is a circumference, and give OK. So that particular value is displayed. You can also see a gray color surrounding it, which means that this value is an active value which will change with the circle. So I'll scale the circle. So I'll go to Home tab, I'll choose Scale command, I'll select the circle, and this is a base point. I'll give a scale factor of 1.5. Now the change is not reflecting here, so just give a region command, RE. The moment you give region, you will see the changes getting updated automatically. This is how you insert a field inside any desired cell. We have already seen the procedure to insert a formula. Next we will see locking and unlocking of cells. For that, you have to select a cell first. Then in the cell format panel, you have an option called cell locking. So you can lock a cell in the content based or format based or both content and format based. I'll click on content and format locked. Now once you lock it, when you double click, you won't be able to edit the content inside the cell. Now once you lock it, and if you want to edit it, you have to unlock it. So I'll click on unlocked. You can also change the data format of the value inside the cell. For example, if you want to make it a currency, just click on currency. So you will get a currency format. And if you want to make it an angle, just click on angle. It will be an angle format. If you want to make it into a decimal number, just click on that. Likewise, you can change the format. The default format is whole number. So it is back to the previous format. Next, I'll teach you the concept of table styles. You are already familiar with text styles. Similarly, the various parameters related with the table can be changed using table styles. You can use the table style command to create, edit, and make current table styles. And using table styles, you can change the appearance of existing or new tables, which includes the background color, margins, borders, text, and other table related characteristics. In AutoCAD, you can control the table styles either by using the table style command or by clicking on the table style dialog box launcher at the tables panel. So I'll click on this. Here you can see the current style as standard. By using the set current button, you can set a style as a current style. New button can be used to create a new style, and modify can be used to modify an existing style. Now I would like to modify the standard style to make this particular table more presentable. So I'll click on modify, and here the table generation can be modified. It can be either down or up. I would like to retain it as down. Now cell style can be modified. If you select data, you can change all data related parameters here. If you select header, the changes will be applicable to the header, and title is related with changes on titles. Now I would like to make changes on the data. So click on data, A general tab can be used to change a general parameter. For example, I want to change the fill color of the data cells. So just click on this color pop-up list and choose blue color as a background fill color. Now alignment can be changed, format can be changed. Now I would like to change the text color as well. So click on text tab and change the color to yellow. Okay, now border can be changed if you want. Now I'm not going to do that. I also would like to incorporate changes on the title. So click on title and you can change the fill color of title to say red. So these are the changes I have performed. Now I'll give OK and close. Now you can see that your table is more colorful and presentable. Next, I'll create a new style. For that, I'll click on the table style dialog box launcher. Now I'll click on new and I'll call the style as my style. You can give any suitable name. And I'll click on continue. So you will get new style table dialog. Here I would like to change data related parameters. I'll change the color of the text in the data cell to blue color and I'll change the fill color to cyan. Next I'll select title and I'll change the fill color of the title to yellow and I'll change the text color of title to red. Then I'll go for header and I'll change the header text color to green. And I would like to give a special font for the header. So I'll click on text style. Here the standard is the only defined style in the text. So I'll click on the browse button. I can create a new style and I'll call it as SAB. You can give any name. Here I'll choose a different font for that style. Let it be Veneta BT font. Okay, and just give apply and close. Now you will see the header style is being changed. Okay, and just give OK and close. And you can see that the current style is my style. Next I'll create a new table. So click on table and I'll accept the existing parameters and just click to create it here. Now this particular new table will appear in this new style. To close table editor, using this particular grip you can move the table and relocate it anywhere you want. Using the properties palette you can change the style of an existing table. For that you select the existing table and press Ctrl 1. Here you can change the table style from standard to the new existing style. Just click on that. This is how you change the style of an existing table. Next we will see the procedure to export the content of this table into Microsoft Excel. For that, just select the table and right click. Here you will get an option called export. Now click on export and here it will ask you for the location. Now the file will be stored with an extension of CSV. Table 1 will be the default name. You can give any name. I'll call it as employee database. Now I'll save this file. Next I'll open MS Excel and here I'll go to file, open and I'll choose all files and I'll go to desktop. Here you can see a file called employee database. Just open it. Now that content is taken to MS Excel. Now you can adjust the width of the columns to see the contents clearly. This database of employee should be a single cell. So I'll just select all these cells and I'll click on merge cell over here. Just click on merge cell and give OK. So that is corrected. Now you can save this content as an Excel file. I'll go to file, save as. I'll save it in MS Excel format, which is XLS format. Just click on that and save. Just give yes. Now on the desktop, an Excel file is created from the table. Now let's do it in the other way around. That is, we will create an AutoCAD table from an Excel file. We have already created an Excel file of the employee database. We will create a table out of that. So I'll go to AutoCAD and I'll open a new file and I'll click on the table command. In the insert options, we have used start from empty table previously, but this time I'm going to use from a data link. Now just click on launch data link manager. Now you will get a data link manager dialog box. Here you can click on create new Excel data link and you can give just a name to identify that link. I'll call it as my link and I'll give OK. Here you will get a new Excel data link browser. Just click on the browser button and here you can just select the table and give open. Now you can see a little preview of the table and give OK and one more OK and just give OK to exit this dialog box. And here you can just make a click to see the table created. And hence you can make a table in AutoCAD from an Excel file. Now another interesting aspect of this feature is that these two files are interlinked. That means any changes performed on the Excel file will get reflected in the AutoCAD table and vice versa. Let's check that out. Here I'll just click to change the salary of this person from 50,000 to 70,000. But the moment you click on a cell, you will see a cell lock appearing here, because the cells in the table that is created from an Excel file will remain locked by default. So I'll click on cell locking and click on unlocked, and I'll just double click to change the value from 50,000 to 70,000. Just select the table, then you have to click on this button, that is upload to source button in the tables panel. Just click on that. Here you will get a notification bubble at the status toggles to indicate that you have performed a change in the table. Now let's open the Excel file and find out. Just double click to open it, and you can see that the salary has been changed from 50 to 70,000 here. Now we will change the designation of a person from the Excel file from engineer to senior engineer. So I'll just double click to make a change here. Okay, and I'll save this file and I'll come back to AutoCAD. You will see the same notification bubble appearing here, which indicates the fact that you have performed a change in the Excel file. Just click to update the table using the data link. The moment you click there, you will see the changes getting updated here. Now the designation is changed to senior engineer. Hence these changes are mutually updated. Now we have covered almost all features related with the concept creation and the various aspects related with AutoCAD tables.